Yahawah. Rawchaa.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 17. And it reads, "But the very true beginning of her, and her represents wisdom, but the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. And the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws. And the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom." So this wisdom is going to bring us into the kingdom of heaven, because it starts with the Lord's men. "If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O you kings of the people, honor wisdom, that you may reign forevermore." You see? So we're going to reign forever. Lord's willing, we are part of the elect. We about to tap into everything, man.
"Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness and the mob is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and in the end ensue the treasure of immortality."
The Lord promised better things for us. Okay? Because the Lord, Yahawashi, has a favorite people. And he's going to give this favorite people a heavenly kingdom. A kingdom that's blueprinted and formatted and patterned after his mind. How he want a kingdom to be.
Shalom to the elect of Israel, the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations. I want to give all praises to Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, led me to this truth, and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness. Yahawah is the name of the Heavenly Father, who everybody calls God. Bahasham means in the name of, which is in the ancient Hebrew. And Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel, who's from the tribe of Judah, who everybody in the world calls Jesus Christ, who was slain at the foundations of the earth And he is a so-called Negro. He is not a so-called white man. And they have lied to our people for many generations. But this is the main one that we're going to focus on, because this is the last one that we can remember. So today, we're going to deal with the worldly churches lied to us. Hell means the grave or the conditions living under your enemies. So, where's hell? Every city has a graveyard, right? Well, this is hell. That's why they call this place so-called white man's heaven and so-called black man's hell. This is hell for us. Why? Because we're living under our servants. But it's all part of a prophecy to be played out in this way. But today, we're going to deal with this topic. And I want to show that these heathens, that Yahawashi has control of, they are showing you in some of the videos and movies that you've watched as a kid. Not a kid, because a kid's like a goat. Child. So we don't really say kid, because it's like, the Lord is separating the sheep from the goats, and the goats gonna get rid of. Okay, and goats can't understand what the sheep understand. Makes sense? So we're gonna get into this video concerning Madagascar, and the Lord's putting the spirit on me to go through it. It's about an 8-minute video, and when you're watching these videos, you have to pick out the bones, which means the things that are not I don't want to say that, are not tied into the scriptures, that don't match up with the scriptures. That stuff you have to say, well, let's throw that out. We're going to point out the things in the spirit that it is telling us, okay? Because that's what they do. They mix a little lies with truth, okay? But it says a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. And what that means is, let's say you have a piece of bread and you put it in the oven, and a little bit of it is, it has some dough that was not formed right or wasn't cooked all the way through. Well, the whole bread is going to basically fall apart. So you have to have the complete truth, or you have no truth. So that's how we know the elders and apostles of Great Millstone have 100% truth. And you shouldn't want to be around anybody who's telling you that they only have part of the truth. That wouldn't make any sense. So we're going to get into this. The Lord willing, this is edifying to you children out there, whoever your parents show you this, so you can be edified. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna watch this video together. All right. Let's get started. And after that, we're going to put in some scriptures. But, we're going to get a look into where in the Bible we can actually apply this. Okay? Because that's what we do. We go in And we find out these videos Esau Edom is making, and some of our own people are helping them. We go in and we show you what is actually going on. Okay? So let's get into this. It's 8 minutes, and we're going to do some scriptures. Now, you know, we usually call the scriptures precepts, okay? And that can be found in Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let's pull that up real quick and we'll go there. Okay? This is why we say it. That's why we say precepts and not scriptures. You can say scriptures, but we like to say precepts, the hopeful elect. And I'm just a follower of Great Millstone, but they call them precepts. So I'm showing you, you know, same thing. So this is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 10. And it reads, "For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little." So this is how we teach the Bible. Okay? We're gonna pull up scriptures in different areas, but it's gonna make sense to the righteous. It's gonna make sense to the people who the Lord wants it to make sense to. But everybody else, it's not going to make sense to them. Verse 11, "For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people." See? So the Lord is speaking in a way where only the elect can understand what is actually being said, you know? So Lord willing, we're part of that number, and not let alone you have to understand. You have to endure until the end with this understanding and continue in it and learn as you go and keep building yourself. It's just like a plant. If you water it and you leave it alone for a week and don't water it, it's going to die. So you have to water it every day to make sure that it gets the proper nutrients to grow. And this is what we use to grow our tree, because we're trees, just like right behind me. See? It's a tree. And we're growing, and we got to water ourselves every day. We got to be staying in the word every day. Okay? So, but we're going to tie this to some of the things that you have watched growing up as a kid. Okay? Not a kid, Salakia, which means sorry. As a child, you're going to grow up. Once you grow up, these are some of the movies that you watched. These are some of the movies that I watched as well growing up. You know, even when I was a little older than y'all, I was like, you know, I'm going to watch it because the Lord put the spirit on me to watch it. And here we are, back to understand really what is being said in these videos, because Esau Edom is telling y'all something, but it's from the Lord, because he controls Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So he's telling y'all something. He's saying, make this movie so one of my prophets can come and explain this, basically, because that's what we're doing at this time. So Lord willing, this is edifying, which means it helps change your mind about what you're doing and to repent and come to the ways of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You know, Lord willing, it purifies your body, because that's what the word does. It purifies your mind and your body and your actions, which will lead you to salvation. Let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to pause it throughout. We're going to show you what the bones are. We're going to show you what's edifying, because this guy is not teaching sound doctrine. So this is just a way to show you how false prophets maneuver as well.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Strength and honor, strength and honor, strength and honor. That's my signal.
Also, this is for educational purposes only. This is not my video. This is this guy named Devin Worlds. He made this video. This is for educational purposes only. You know, and we are not doing this for monetary gain. It is for strictly teaching the scriptures. Look in the bottom corner. It says, welcome where? To hell. See? They're showing you, but he's going to break down some things. Some stuff he's going to go off on. Some stuff he's going to be right. So we're gonna just speak about both, and they're both, and Lord willing, they're both edifying to show you, you know, how the Lord is moving through these videos. Okay.
What up, y'all? It's Devin with Up TV, aka the Dot Connector, and I hope everyone had a great weekend. Weekend nights are usually the nights that families get together to watch a movie, especially in the fall. You gotta love family movie night.
First of all, what you first see, you see how it says in the scriptures, buy the truth and sell it not. Okay. So the first thing off is this guy who's making this movie. He sells TV. He sells like T-shirts and posters and all these other things, and they also have Jesus Christ on them. So this is how we know he's a false prophet. Okay, this is how we're able to tell. And he's saying, find us on Facebook.com. You know, anything that says .com, it means commercial. What does commercial mean? They're selling you something. They're trying to sell you something. So when you go listen to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, there's nowhere on their stuff that says .com. They're not selling you anything. They're just teaching you doctrine, and they're trying to teach you how to get saved. Okay? Because there's something specific that we're getting saved from. We're getting saved from destruction. Okay? And they're not teaching you that. They're trying to get you to buy something. Make sense? So we're going to keep moving.
Whenever you're watching a horror film, you expect to see gruesome scenes. Whenever you watch a comedy, you expect to hear inappropriate jokes. But when you watch an animated film made by Disney or DreamWorks, you expect that movie to be totally appropriate for your kids to watch.
All right? And he said you would expect it, okay, to be totally appropriate for your kids to watch. But it's not, okay? It's not. But at the same time, it is, because we're supposed to teach our children, okay, these things so they can know what is good and what is evil. Because if you don't teach your child what is good and what is evil, then they're just going to see evil and they're going to think it's okay. So you not actually guiding them and letting them know this is evil, then they're going to end up doing evil things and thinking that it's okay. Okay? So you have to show them through a spiritual aspect if you're a Hebrew Israelite, because you can't show them through a spiritual aspect if you're not an Israelite. See what I'm saying?
Watch. But what happens when these animated films cross the line? Madagascar is a very popular movie franchise made by DreamWorks. Like many animated films that came before it, Madagascar is filled with all kinds of creepy subliminal messages that if ever noticed by parents.
You see right there? Right there? It says, ask about Illuminati. See? Right there. And that's like Daffy Duck or something. Now, Illuminati, they try to say that's the wicked elite, and that's just a name that they give them, right? But when you look in the Bible, it just means illuminated ones, like light bearers, the ones who have knowledge, the knowledge. Okay? So there's different types of illuminations. There's one side of the Lord who has an illuminated side of wickedness, and then there's one side of the Lord has illumination of righteousness. Okay, because they're illuminated, they have knowledge on the left hand side, but they only have a certain limit, okay, to what they can understand, because their illumination is to being carnal, like physical. Okay, and then us on this side, we have an illumination where it is giving out spiritual light. They're giving out, and they're giving out physical light, but that light is wickedness, okay, and darkness, okay. But it says that Satan appears as an angel of light. So that's why they try to make it seem like they're the good guy, but they put secrets in these shows to show you that they're not the good guy. Okay.
Madagascar is filled with all kinds of creepy subliminal messages that, if ever noticed by parents, Madagascar may be considered inappropriate for their kids to watch. So tonight on Up TV, we are going to take a deeper look at one of everyone's favorite animated films as we count down the 31 nights of All Hallows Eve.
See, he's not saying nothing about Yahawashi and Yahawashi. He's really promoting Nickelodeon because he's saying we're going to talk about All Hallows Eve. Like we're going to count down the 31 days to this heathen paganistic holiday. like this is really batters. He should have said this isn't something that we should be dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So this is how we know he's a false prophet. Okay.
So get ready for another spooky night as we learn the scary truth about Madagascar.
Does anyone else feel extra Halloweeny?
When it comes to Hollywood, it seems as if the movie industry is controlled by a few different secret societies.
Now he's talking about the secret societies, but who's running the secret societies? Who did it look like?
Societies such as
hold on. Look, Esau, Edom. It's both of them sitting right there. That's why he did that. So he's putting truth in there, but he's not really saying it, because he doesn't even understand. Okay, the Lord did not give him the understanding, so he's just basically putting out there what he hopes he's right. Basically. But what did we say in the beginning? If you don't have all the truth, then you might as well just cast your whole belief or understanding of what you're talking about as wrong. And the reason why I'm pointing this guy out because he put scriptures in his videos. Okay, so these kind of people, the Lord is going to seriously judge. Okay, because they're making money off of it.
Different secret societies such as the Boule.
See, Sigma Pi Phi Fraternity, Delta Boule. See. And it's got some Jakes in there, which they look like us, but they might be Esau Edom. Okay, they might be Esau Edom because their father was an Edomite. Okay, but looking at the Boule, you never know because we don't know those people by the Spirit. But more than likely, they are not of us. They're tares, which means they are the father. Their father is the devil. Okay, the so-called white man, because your seed line comes from your father. So if you say you have a dad and he's a so-called Negro, and your mom was a so-called white person, and you came out and you might have looked a little white or whatever, a light skin, a little so-called white, you're still whatever your dad is. Okay, that's basically the way things go. That's how it works. The man carries the seed. If the man is represented as an apple tree, and that you go plant that seed in soil, and you can look at the woman as the soil. You go plant it in that soil. No matter what type of soil you put it in, it's going to come out an apple tree. So no matter what type of woman you deal with as your father, whatever type of woman he goes and has a baby with, they're all going to be his lineage. Okay? But this world's got you thinking that the woman has some type of, power to be like, oh, well, the baby's mine. Well, no. Looking through the lineage, the man carries the seed. Okay? The lineage. Okay? Whether he has daughters or sons, they are his genes. Now the woman, they might look a little bit like their mom, whatever, but they came from him. He had to go out there and meet your mom and then have you. Okay, it wasn't the other way around. Okay, and even if she went to meet him, he still was the one who carries. He's the apple tree. He's got all the seeds, so you can't grow nothing without him. Okay, and it says also in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8, that the woman was made for the man, not the man made for the woman. So as believers, we understand this spiritually. You know, we don't even have to really get into a deeper sense of it if you just believe in the scriptures. All right.
Skull and Bones, but most of all, the Freemason.
Now, he talks about, you know, Esau Edom's setup, whatnot, you know, showing you George W. Bush and all these people. But that's not really nothing expedient that you need to worry about. Okay. Don't look too deep into that kind of stuff. You know, as you as children, don't look into that stuff too deep. Doesn't really matter. We need to know what Yahawashi wants us to do. Okay?
Freemason symbolism can be found in everything from music videos, TV shows, as well as...
Now, see, now he's showing you stuff. He's just showing you how they're controlling it. Like when you look right here.
In everything from music videos.
That's Kanye West right there. And they got him, you know, they got all this kind of different
TV shows,
things to show
well
you that they're controlling stuff with their little, they think that they're controlling stuff with their little symbols.
Including animated movies made for your children.
See?
Freemason symbols.
There's a Monster Inc. You see, he's showing it, okay? But look what's on the baby shirt. It's a chariot. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a chariot. But they put like an eye on it because they're trying to make it seem like it's their power or something. But the chariots are of the Lord. Those is ours. Okay?
Symbolism serves as a reminder to the audience about who is making your entertainment.
See, hold on. Who you see on there? Look, all of them got them rings into them fraternities. And where do you go to get into a fraternity? College. So this is why the elders and apostles tell you, hey, man, these people who go to these colleges and they get rich, they evil. Because it says in Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked.
It's making your entertainment. And
See?
Madagascar seems to be no exception to this.
See?
In this scene of Madagascar 2, you can see one of the penguins named Kwaski holding a clipboard with a Freemason symbol drawn on
and
the
all
back.
this stuff after they flash it in your face enough times, you know, it does something to you spiritually. Okay. So that's why, you know, we hope we are the elect because, you know, it talks about in Matthew 24:24, they shall show great signs and wonders. And these are some of the signs and wonders that they show through these movies and all these videos and all these things, you know. Madagascar escaped Africa too. See what I'm saying? It's all, you know, a wonder to a child to get to watch this stuff. Oh, I want to go see it in the movies, you know. But the elect are not going to be deceived by this. They're going to be like, something's going on in here. Like, what is this? See what I'm saying? After a while, the Lord's going to give you that spirit, and you're going to be like, this ain't right. Okay?
Of a piece of paper called the square and compass. The square and compass is a Freemason symbol that can be found in many different movies and shows. The square and compass is the single most identifiable symbol of Freemasonry. Both the square and compass are architects' tools that are used in Masonic rituals as emblems to teach symbolic lessons. But if you take a double look at this symbol, it also resembles an incomplete pentagram. Some people may see this.
We know the pentagram is Satanism. You know, he goes into this, but we know that they're wicked. Okay, you look at this picture. See, they're wicked. Okay, that's the false prophet right there, which is the Roman Catholic Church. That's the Pope. See, they're throwing up wickedness. You know, now we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna show you elsewhere they showing it. Okay, because a lot of them throw up. You know, he tries to point out that a lot of them throw up this number, the 666, which we know is in Revelations chapter 13, verse 16. Okay. And that's talking about that grain of rice that people are going to have to put in their hand to buy or sell. Okay. And that's what they're trying to promote to you. Okay. Remember, they're trying to sell you something, right? They're trying to get you to basically buy into this system, okay? They're trying to get you to buy into the MARK, okay, of the beast, okay, which is the system, okay? That's they want you to take this so you can do everything digital. That's why they're giving you cell phones and letting you be, you know, on TikTok, and they're doing all this stuff, okay, digitally. because they want you to go all the way in with it. Okay?
Controlled Hollywood.
See? Look at all of them. All of them are doing it. Okay? They're all throwing it up. 666. And 2/3 of our people are going to go with this. They're going to say, yes, this is what we want to do. We think this is going to work. Okay? But the elect is going to look at this just like we hope that we are of the elect. But the elect is going to look at this and say, no, we're not going to do that because we can see what it is. Okay?
It makes sure to include these hand signs in what seems to be almost every movie.
Lion King. Look what he's throwing up. There it is.
And TV show ever made. In the movie,
there's what's his name? Eddie Murphy.
Madagascar 3. They made sure to include the 666 hand sign.
There he goes right there. See? So they do it through all these shows. So the Lord's literally warning, even the children, okay, of the elect. He's warning everybody, hey, this is about to go down. And it looks like a little child movie, but this is very serious. So this is why we try to tell you, don't be playing around. We know you're a kid. You like playing and having fun. But you need to be serious right now. This is a very serious situation. And Lord willing, you're around some parents that are understanding this as well. And if not, pray to the Lord that, he keeps you safe during that time. And maybe reveal it to your parents. Because if you're an Israelite and you can see this, and you can understand the spirit, that means what? Your dad is. Okay? And he might not come to the truth. Maybe not. But if you stick with it, then, it's a good chance that the Lord will take care of you. Okay? But we can't make no promises. We don't even know if we're going to make it out. Okay? But we're going to tell you the truth. Because that's what love is. The truth. In time. So we're going to take our time to try to express it to you, so you can learn as much as you need to learn to be ready.
For the common person, they believe that this hand sign simply means okay. But when you study the occult in secret societies, you learn that these hand signs have a double meaning. This hand sign is also used to give praise to
so he keeps going all to this. Of course, they're praising Satan. We know this. Now, he points out another thing that's not really a big deal. If you want to go watch the movie, you can. But I guess as a person who crashed on Madagascar Island, and that's the person that when he's sitting in there, you see how he's sitting in there, and there's them bones right there, and they're in the helicopter, and all the lemurs are in there talking. Well, that's like actually supposed to represent that guy who died there. Who cares? It's not really a big deal. And he starts doing all this other weird stuff that we're not going to deal with, okay? But we're going to go over here to show you that they showed you that where you are, okay? You don't really need this guy to talk no more. So you see how it says help, right? Let me turn my music back on because I like my music. This is a very long video, kind of. Shalom, love. Shalom. This is kind of a long video, but there was a lot in it. I wanted to make sure I pointed out the things that I wanted to point out. So let me get this going. So right here, when you're watching it, right? He's talking about all this stuff, like, because we know he's trying to get you to sell something. Every time he's talking about something, he's not even putting any scriptures out. He's just like, check us out at youtube.com. We're trying to sell you something. Okay, see, his name even Devin Worlds. And what does it say? We're not supposed to be following the world. And that's literally his last name, so we know he's going off. So like it says help, right? Watch what happens. Boom. See? See, then he does that because he's just a loser. And he starts doing all this weird stuff because he wants you to look, he's like talking about thanks, this guy sent me $20. Like he just starts doing his weird stuff. So we're going to go back we're going to try to catch this before he goes, whoa, you know what I'm saying? You know, so we're going to do this. Going to try to catch it. I didn't catch it. Well, you can see it right there. Let me see. Let me get back over here. My screen started acting funny. But it's definitely something that you young ones need to understand. Okay, I'm almost done where I can put in the scriptures. But this just you know, testing out this computer. I'm gonna probably go try to get a better one. You know, once I get a little bit more money. You know, what is this? What is this guy? Slovakia. Oh man. It's gonna take a second. Give me a second. Jeez. Hopefully it'll just not play and it'll stay right here. There it is. See? They're showing you in these movies spiritually where you are. It's right there. Okay? And what is it? What is the elect doing? They're saying help. That's what they're saying. They're saying this right here. They're going help. Okay? Why? Because we are in hell. Okay? That's where we're at, man. You need to understand that. So as a child, you're like, hey, I can't be like these other children. I can't be out here playing around, man. Okay? You can't be playing around. Okay? We're in a satanic world. Okay? You can't be making moves and doing stuff like these other children that you see at school. Okay? You have to see things spiritually. You know, you have to understand your role in this thing. Okay? Because some of y'all are going to make it out of here. And we want to do our best to help you understand. Okay? Because it's going to be scary, but you're going to make sure, you need to make sure that you need to listen to the men, whoever he puts on the spirit for you to trust. You know, in that day, during Jacob's trouble, you trust him. You do what they say do. You don't ask questions. Okay? So men of the Lord are not going to steer you wrong. So, you know, if you are the elect, then you're already sealed and you're already taken care of. So you will be led to this video and you will be instructed where you need to go, whoever the Lord wants it to go to. So Lord willing, you know, it's edifying to those and it gives them, you know, a hope. Those children out there that are looking for some hope. So I want to look right here. And we're going to just type in this word. Okay? Hell. So we're going to type in. Okay? And this is like a concordance Bible. And concordance means like it basically, you can type in a word and it'll tell you wherever that word is in the Bible and how many times. See? There's all these different times that the Bible says hell. Okay? See? Now, what you want to do is you want to hit that little button right there. We're going to click that little button. And it says H7585. Right there it says H7585. Right there it says H7585. Right there it says H575. See? It's the same number on the majority of them. Now, I think there's maybe like a few of them that have a different number, but the majority of them are H7585. So all these times, hell is in the Bible, okay? And it all means the same thing, right? Now, we know that you have to have a spiritual eye to see these things because sometimes this concordance it will make mistakes. Okay, so you have to have teachers, you have to have elders who will be able to show you. See, there's one right there. It's G1067. So what we're gonna do, there's a G1067. I want to see whichever one. See, there's a G86. So we see that there are 3 different types of hell in the Bible. Okay, so we're gonna look up all 3. We're gonna see anywhere. Oh, there's a G5020. So there's 4 different hells. Okay, so we're gonna look at all 4 of these different hells, and we're gonna see what they say. Okay, we're gonna see if any one of them say you burn in hell forever, like they say at the church. Right? That's what they tell us. Right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna go back to 875.85. You know, we're gonna look this up. Okay.
Strong's H 7585. Sheol.
Sheol. That's what this says. Sheol.
Second entry, Sheol.
Sheol. Sheol. So that's how you say hell. And I think that's the Greek. Okay. It's the Greek, I think. Yeah. Wait, let me check. Because if it's in the Old Testament, yep, that's in the New Testament. So that's in the Greek. Okay. So when you look that up, it says grave. There's a lot of graveyards everywhere. Hell, pit. What do you get? Where do they bury you? They bury you 6 feet deep in the pit. The underworld, okay? Which is like basically the first heaven, okay? This is like the underworld, okay? We're in this flesh, okay? This is the only place where sin can dwell. Sin can't dwell, in the heavenly realms. It can only dwell within the flesh, okay? So it has to only be here, and it says spiritual wickedness in high places, but those high places of wickedness are all resonating here, okay? They're all on the earth doing things, okay? But there's spirits in heaven controlling them. Satan's controlling those spirits down here in the flesh, okay? But the Lord is in control of it all. So it says the Old Testament destination for the abode of the dead. And when you look into, there's people that are actually dead. We know people die. And then you have the ones that are spiritually dead. Like it says in Ezekiel chapter 37, the valley of dry bones. That's talking about spiritual dead. The ones who can't spiritually see this, and they're dead, okay, in the spirit. And this is where we're at. This is where there's a lot of people who don't know the truth. A place of no return. See? There's no return here, okay? Until the Lord brings you back. You see what I'm saying? So once you die, the Lord basically, you go up there to the Lord and he judges you, and you have to come back here and serve it again, but you don't remember, okay? But this place, if the Lord wasn't to bring us back here through his word, then we would never return. We would never make it out of here, man. So this is really the place of no return. But with Yahawashi, we can get out of here, okay? But these people, these other nations, they're not going to be able to get out of here. They're going to be stuck here forever, okay? They're just going to keep dying and come back and keep dying and come back and keep dying and come back. And they can't go out to the universe like us, okay? So without praise of the Most High, see, they don't praise Yahawah here. The only ones that do are the hopeful elect. The wicked sent there for punishment. See, sent. So if they got sent there for punishment, what does that mean? That they weren't here for a time being, and they had to be sent. Which means what? They were here before. They had to be sent back down here to be punished. You see? Righteous not abandoned to it. See, we're not abandoned to it. But the wicked, they're going to keep getting sent here for punishment over and over and over and over and over again. Because they're the left-hand side of the Lord, the ones who are practicing all that stuff that guy was talking about. But the righteous, we get to leave, okay? Eventually, once all the prophecies come to pass, we'll get to leave here, man. And everybody else here, It's going to be left. Why? Of the place of exile. Exile means to be kicked out, figuratively. And these people have been exiled from Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? These other nations, they can never be part of the Lord's chosen people. These other 17 nations are exiled forever of extreme degradation and sin. And that's literally where we're at. Okay? So where does it say burning in hell forever? Nowhere. So we know that they're lying for right there. Then we're going to look right here in the root word, because we want to go to the bottom of it. We want to get to the bottom of it. Right? Look, it says to ask, inquire, borrow, beg, to ask for, to ask, borrow, to inquire, inquire of, to inquire of, consult, of deity, oracle, to seek, to ask for oneself, to leave of absence, to inquire, to beg. See? There's nothing in here that's saying you go burn in hell forever. And I'm pretty sure as a child, you've literally asked for everything that you've ever gotten. Okay? So, and we've all been children. So obviously we're in hell. So we're going to go here. Okay? We're going to go G1067. We're going to click on that one. We're going to see what that says. See if it says burning in hell forever. Let's see. Because you got to remember, the so-called white man made the coordinates Bible. So, but really it was the Lord. Okay? So he's not going to let them mess it up. It's going to be what it's supposed to be. See, it says hell is the place of future punishment called Gehenna, or Gehenna of fire. This is originally the valley of Hinnom. See, this is all on the earth. South of Jerusalem, where the fifth of the dead animals in the cities were cast out and burned. The fifth symbol of the wicked and their future destruction. See? There's no hell. Talking about you go burn forever. It's all on the earth. Okay? And the wicked are going to get destroyed by their own devices. Okay? All the weapons they got. Okay? We'll look at the Hebrew origin of it. See what that says. A valley, a steep valley, narrow gorge. Aren't we in the valley? Didn't it say in the valley of the shadow of death? Right? That's talking about America, Babylon the Great. See? All this stuff is spiritual. You got to be able to see with a spiritual eye and not what they're saying. See? And the other origin, Hinnom, lamentation, a valley deep, narrow ravine with steep rocky sides located southwest of Jerusalem. Okay? And how we say Jerusalem is Jerusalem is how we say it in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. But see, that's the other one, right? So we see one as G86. We're going to see what this one means. What does it say? Name Hades or Pluto, the god of the lower regions. Lower regions, what's that? The earth, the netherworld, the realm of the dead. Latter use of this word, the grave. There's graveyards everywhere. Death. And we're subject to what? Death. Hell. And what's hell? Living under these people who have control of death. And how did Esau, Edom, so-called white man, have control of death? To the sword. Okay, they have all the weapons. They be putting people to death when they don't do what they say. Okay, but as the Lord got them in control. So we did that one. Now we got one more, G5020. And the Lord's putting in the spirit on me to do all this. I don't ask him questions, I just do it. So now we're going to do this word.
Strong's G 5020.
Tartarao. So once you really realize all these different hells, we looked at this, it says hell, but there's 4 different ways to say hell, right? So we're looking at 4 different ways to say hell. So what does that mean? That they dumbed down all the words and they put one word for 4 different words. Okay, so it's like if you got some Kool-Aid, you poured some water in there, it's not going to taste like Kool-Aid as much, right? So if you dump more water in there and more water and water, that's what they did. They watered down the Bible. And we can't understand it unless we go back to those ancient languages. So the name of the subterranean region, doleful and dark, regarded by the ancient Greeks as the abode of the wicked dead, where they suffer punishment for their evil deeds. It answers to Gehenna of the Jews, and Jews just goes back to Jacob, the so-called Negroes, starting at that with them, to thrust down to Taurus, to hold captives into Taurus. So there's nowhere in the whole Bible that it says you burn in hell forever. And that's every time in the Bible it says hell. Okay? We've seen it. There's nowhere in there it says hell. Okay? So that's over with. There's no more of that. Okay? So now we're just going to do some scriptures. I'm always a person who's like, yeah, I'm going to try to take 5 minutes. And it never works like that because the Lord is just, got me on something else. So Habakkuk, I wasn't even meaning to go into the word hell that much. But the Lord was like, no, you're going to go into every single one of them. So I'm going to do what he says. So it's Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 5. Behold ye among the heathen. Who's that? The Israelites, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you, right? So even though you might be a child coming into this truth, okay, this is what we're telling you, like, wow, I can't believe this, it'll be like you believe it, but it'll almost be like, man, this can't be happening, because that's how we were when we came into truth. We were wondering marvelously, and that's how the a lot of people that came into truth, we wondered marvelously. We were astonished. We were, amazed at what Yahawashi was doing. Okay, so don't feel like you're the only one. Okay, if you feel that way coming across this video, Acts 13:41. Behold, ye despisers, and wonder and perish, for I work your days, and a work which ye shall no wise believe, though a man declare it unto you. So we know now that a man had to tell you these things. They had to bring them across. And we know always they try to say, well, how is the Lord only dealing with men? It has to be the men that he chose. Okay? And it says many men were called, but few were chosen. Okay? And how do you know which ones are chosen? The ones who are not, first of all, not saying buymytshirt.com, but second of all, they're in order and they're, giving double honors to Great Millstone, and they're not saying they're the elect. They're saying they're the hopeful elect. Those are three things that you can know to know that that person is sincere, okay? Which means they care about you. They're thinking about you. They're saying, I'm making this video so you can get a better understanding. I'm putting my time, my effort for it so you can see that the Lord cares about you and he wants you to know this. Whoever comes across this and pays attention long enough, that's not part of my pay grade. My job is just to do the work. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. So when it's saying this, these people out here, they cry out and cry for the Lord, but they have this other doctrines. They have these other philosophies, which is like other teachings, okay, that are not from Great Millstone. And and this is what it's saying. They're crying out, but they're staggering, and they can't get it because the Lord does not want them to get it, okay? And we're going to prove that right here. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter, or 2 Thessalonians. That's where I want to go. Chapter 2, verse 11. And it reads, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. See? So if you came to this and you've been convinced in your mind, you understand this, that means that the Lord wanted you to. We can't make you want to understand this. And I can't understand this if I wanted to, unless the Lord wanted me to. Okay? So we're blessed to know these things and be able to hear them, actually hear what's being said. See, right here, verse 12, that they might all be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. But where did they have pleasure in unrighteousness? I don't know. In hell, where we are right now, because unrighteousness does not exist anywhere else. Okay? It doesn't exist anywhere else. Everything else is in the heavens, and all of them are angels, and they are ordered. Okay, they don't have flesh, and they don't even think about those kind of things. They're ordered by the Lord, and they come down here and inhabit flesh, and they do a specific job for the Lord's will because the Lord created them. Okay, it said in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7, he created the light and the darkness, good and evil. So he said, I want you to do this, and I want you to do this. You know, when you're a kid, you play cops and robbers. There's no good robbers and there's no bad cops. It's the opposite. It's a balance. That's what we're dealing with. And we're just glad to be the ones that are on the good side. I wouldn't consider us cops. You know, we can go with the saints and the robbers. How about that? You know, I'm just trying to point out something that, you know, that is, you know, we've heard of as children in this captivity, in this world. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. Okay? And it says, for if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. So not everybody's going to find this. Not everybody's going to be like, oh, I see it. Some people are going to be like, nah, that's bull crap. I don't care how, wherever you look it up at. You said it be going off sometimes. How do y'all know? Like, they're going to come up with something. The Lord's going to bug them out at some point, and they're going to not get it. See? Verse 4, in whom the God, let's say it's a lowercase g, so it means that the God, the fleshly gods, you know, the ones they say Jesus Christ is the Savior, but you know, when you go look up so-called white people, go look up all their history. They weren't saving anybody the whole time. Of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, which is how you say Christ in Paleo Hebrew, which is the ancient Hebrew. The gospel of a Mashiach, and the Mashiach just means anointed. So Christ just means anointed one, okay? Which we know as Yahawashi. So this is his gospel. He's literally the words that we're reading. And if he doesn't want to enter inside you, he won't, because he said that he will not dwell with a wicked vessel. Who is the image of the Most High? Who is the image of the Most High should shine unto them. So we can't even reach the Heavenly Father without Yahawashi. That's why we put so much big emphasis and so much big effort into explaining that. Okay, we don't have no kind of level to reach the Heavenly Father. Okay, we don't. We're not on any kind of level. Okay, we need his son. Okay, he's the only way that we can get back to the Father. Okay, so we're gonna go to, I don't have too much more. 1 Corinthians. You know, I know this one's a long one and it's got a lot of stuff in it, but you know, if you're a child and you've watched, by the time you watch my first and second video, if you made it to this one, then you know the Lord's probably dealing with you, because this is more deeper than the other ones. So 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 10. But I didn't go too deep. I just want to explain things. Okay? So 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 10, but the Most High have revealed them unto us by his Spirit. So you can't be revealed this unless you have the Spirit of Yahawah. See, that's how Spirit capitalized, because that's showing you that that's his spirit. For the spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of the Most High. And that's in everything that's on the planet, even you as a child at this time, because there are children that are part of the elect right here walking around today. And you got to get ready. You know, you got to get ready, man. Or woman, you know, little young aquath, which means women, little young children. You need to get ready. Okay, you need to get these things in your mind and understand these things. Romans chapter 1 verse 17. For therein is the righteousness of the Most High revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Okay, not by works. And that you as children, y'all don't have the opportunity to be able to work for the Most High, because that's not your role. That's the man's role. So you got to have much faith. And how do you do that? Through prayer, you know, believing, obeying your parents, even if, you know, they're not in the truth, praying to the Lord every day to guide you through the truth, and, you know, praying that he leads you to the videos that, you know, give you more understanding on what the Lord wants. Okay, because he all wants the same thing from all of us, men, women, and children. He wants our obedience, and he wants us all to do the specific thing he told us to do. You know, and if you pray for him, if you pray to him, he's going to tell you. If you're of the elect, okay, he's going to tell you. You know, but for now, we're just a hopeful elect, and we're glad that he's telling us so far. We don't know if he's going to keep telling us. Sometimes the Lord just tell you something, and if you don't take it the right way, he get rid of you. So we don't want to have that thought of maybe he might tell us a couple things and answer us a couple things. We don't want to just automatically be like, oh, we are the elect. You don't want to do that. You want to be not thinking you the elect and striving to be the elect until your last breath, if you got one. Okay? Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8, for by grace ye are saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Most High. See, it's a gift. Okay? So the only way we're getting out of here is from the Lord's gifts. Okay? We can't have faith on our own will. Not of works, lest any man should boast. So it's not about works. It's not about how much videos you do. It's not about none of that. We do that because we love Israel, man. We know that that's not what's going to ultimately save us in the end. It's going to be whether we're chosen or not. But we love Yahawashi, and we're going to do this, period, man. We love doing this work, and that's the thing about it. We love doing this work. Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So when faith cometh by hearing, the hearing by the word of the Most High. So this is why we do so many videos. It's why we come out and talk so much, because we want you to hear. Okay, we want you to hear and see what's happening. Okay, and we try to come up with many ways to show it through all the things that's going on through the earth. Okay, so this is Galatians chapter 2, verse 20. It says, I am crucified with the Mashiach, which we know now is Christ. It means Christ, Paleo Hebrew, which means anointed one. Nevertheless, I live, yet not. Hold on. My music done ran out. You don't know that yet, but I'm gonna, Lord willing, I'll be able to do a little small video on that. We do the months off the moon. Okay, but we're gonna go back to this. So I'm crucified with a Mashiach, nevertheless I live, yet not I, but a Mashiach liveth in me. See, he's in us. He's in us. That's why we're doing what we're doing. We can't do this on our own. So in the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of the Most High, who loved me and gave himself for me. See, he gave himself for the elect. And there are men, women, and children in the elect. So don't think just because you're a kid, the Lord's not dealing with you. But you need to obey Yahawashi. Okay, whatever he's telling you to do in the spirit, you got to facilitate yourself to where you can get more into the spirit and out of the flesh. Okay. okay, as these times go by. And how do you do that? By not doing what everybody else is doing at school. Whatever they're doing, don't be doing that, because I'm telling you, it's wickedness if they're all doing it. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, okay? And I will watch to see what he will say to me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved? And that's what we do. We watch and we see things, and the Lord says, do this. We don't ask questions. We just do it. Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. So that's how I made it plain upon tables. That's how the Lord gave me this vision to do it through the tables. To what? Showing you where hell is in a little movie that we've all seen, and some of your friends seen. And even if you haven't seen it, you've heard of Madagascar, right? That's how we're making it plain upon tables. We're showing you through things that are relevant and current, that he may run that readeth it. See, run to who? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? Run towards the truth. Run away from wickedness. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. See, everything's appointed. But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, which means, it tarry means like it took some time, and we were waiting. But it says wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So when we're thinking that it's really tarrying, it's not. We're thinking that it's tarrying, but it's going to come exactly when Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi wants it to. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Okay? And that's talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. But the just shall live by his faith. So faith is a very big key, okay? And works are important too for the men and the women and the children. But if you don't have faith, the Lord is not dealing with you. You must have faith. Because if you have just works and no faith, then your works don't matter. Okay? So make sure you pray Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi every morning before you go do whatever, to have faith. And Lord willing, I'll be able to do a small little video. There's an elder, he does Hebrew prayers, okay? And we'll go over one together. That'll probably be my next video. Lord put the spirit on me to think about it. It'll be just about literally a video that's just a prayer and faith, okay? For the Lord to give you faith and to endure to the end, whatever you go through, okay? So Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is. See, you've got to believe too. That's that faith. Believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And we know y'all can't seek him that many ways. So what do you got? You got videos. So sometimes I'll make an hour video because the Lord told me to do that, because that gives you an hour to seek him. Gives you a lot more time to figure out things about Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So, that's my video, and Lord willing, it was edifying to you children out there, and whichever, parents who are wanting to find a way to explain the truth to your children in a way where they'll get it. So Lord told me to do that. So Lord willing, it's edifying to somebody. So Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations, scattered across the four corners of the earth. Got to give all praises to Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Qadash. I'm going to give double honors to the elders and apostles. Great millstone led me to this truth. And Lord willing, we're able to serve Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi yet another day. So all you children out there, keep your faith up. And, pray to Yahawashi for faith. That'll be the next thing that we deal with. Some Hebrew prayers concerning faith. Shouldn't be as long as this one. Shalom.